We come to Barfield in June 2015.
When we purchased Barfield, we noticed there was some grazing pressure around the watering points, and we noticed there was a fair amount of the country that wasn't being utilised in certain areas. So after looking at it and mapping the property, we decided that we could put in some new watering points and we could actually increase that areas that weren't being grazed and stop some erosion around our existing watering points as well.
At the present moment, we've got 27,000 litres of water storage. We've lifted the storage capacity and we've spread the water out over the land mass for more equal grazing pressures. We've put in 3 solar pumps. One solar pump produces 7,000 gallons a day, which we pump to a 15,000 gallon reservoir, and we can gravity feed the whole property with that system.
The introduction of the solar pumps, we found that we've had cost savings in the use of fossil fuels, and we also believe that it's kinder to the environment, so we're not pumping out those fuel emissions. It's good on the bores as well because it's a nice slow pump of the water rather than lifting large volumes out quickly. So we feel we're giving the bores a better chance to protect their long-term use. The overall condition of the paddocks has definitely improved. So since we've put in the new watering points, we've seen increased grass cover in areas that were heavily grazed and in some areas quite degraded. We're seeing 3P grasses come back that weren't there before, and we're seeing a lot of improvements in our land condition.
It's just utilising every inch of the paddock.
And in particular, making sure that the cattle don't have to travel too far from their feed source to fresh, clean water.
We've got it that way that the cattle don't feed out any longer than 1 kilometre from the water. Yeah, well, they don't have to walk as far, and they obtain better feed at a short distance.
When we're planning location of water, we go to our computer mapping program. We look at where our existing watering points are. We can do a grazing pressure spread from the water on our mapping program, which is a great use of technology. I think the things that we're doing here on Barfield with water is fairly much an industry standard. It depends on the availability of water, especially underground water. In our paddocks, we like to have 2 sources. We have underground water in each paddock, and we also like to have a dam source as well. So if the underground fails for some reason, the cattle always have the dam water as a backup. The benefits to the industry of good grazing land management is that consumer confidence. You know, the general public are wanting to know more and more that we're good custodians of our land and the environment, and that we protect things like runoff to the reef. And we can do all of that with careful placement of water, keeping animals out of riparian areas. Basically, good land management will allow us to have a sustainable, environmentally sound property for the long term.